Welcome to Kamuning.
Also known as the textile and fashion capital of Quezon City, the home of many delicious food spots, from the iconic Kamuning Public Market, where you'll find the famous palabok, to the oldest artisanal bakery since 1939, affordable steaks and home-cooked foods, empanaditas from an unassuming street, and comforting goto that's open 24/7 since 1999.
Let's go have some delicious and nostalgic Filipino food. Alright, so it's early morning and we just arrived here at the oldest bakery in Quezon City, Kamuning Bakery Cafe. Let's go try out the freshly baked bread. Alright, the pancit sisig is ready. Okay, so this is one of their best sellers here and it goes well with their classic pan de sal. Okay, let's go with the pancit. So let's get some. This is pancit sisig, which is very rarely seen as a combination here in the Philippines. Normally, you would get pancit con lechon, but here they combine the sisig with the noodles. And also, I ordered the combination of bihon canton. Okay, let's get some shrimpies. Are you ready for this, ate?
Yeah.
Okay, squeeze some lime. All right, go try your first pancit. Pancit sisig.
This is so tasty.
Follow it with a bite of pandesal. Freshly baked pandesal.
So good.
All right, so for my turn, open the pandesal. Look how fluffy this bread is. Look at that. Super fluffy, airy. It's not super dense. And it's really nice and toasty on the outside. Let me get some pancit. This is chicken sisig, by the way. So it's a healthier type of sisig that you can eat. Hopefully it's all chicken. Maybe there's some pork. Let me see, there's some fishbowl in there too. Let's squeeze some calamansi, just a little bit. And just look at that beauty. Look at that pandesal with pancit sisig combo. Only here in Kamuning Bakery. All right, ready? There's nothing better than to start your day early morning with a freshly baked pandesal and pancit. There's just so much memories having this from my childhood. Like waking up early in the morning to catch the freshly baked bread, the freshly baked pandesal that they would put in a brown bag, piping hot, and you gotta eat it right away and put whatever like Filipino spreads you have, or pancit canton, in this case a freshly stir-fried mix of bihon canton with the chicken sisig, some shrimps, and the beautiful contrast of calamansi. It's just perfection. And I can say, not all panaderias or bakeries really do it well. Some make it too dense, too sweet, too hard. But here in Kamuning Bakery, the pandesal is really spot on. Everything you want in a good pandesal and a good pancit. Sarap. Alright, let's try their best-selling nostalgic pan de suelo. This is the large one. Look at that. Look at how big that is. At first glance, it kind of looks like, you know, the putok bread, because that's the biggest bread that you would normally find in panaderias. Look at this. It's like a very, very dense, compact bread. It's so big. See, it occupies my palm. And let's see the cross-section. Whoa. It is really like putok. And maybe they just call it pan de suelo. Just how you would feel it. Compact, dense, a little sweet, a little toasty. Parang putok nga. Tell me guys, is it the same? Because it tastes the same and it looks the same. Pan de suelo, their bestseller. The staff mentioned that this is how they typically serve pandesal before. This like this big. Interesting, right? Speaking of interesting, let me try this. Look how big this is. This is an ube swirl. So big, it looks like something you can share with the whole family, given that Filipinos love bread and we eat it for breakfast or merienda, especially for merienda. This ube swirl, oh, just the smell of it. You can really smell the ube. So let's try to get some piece here. Whoa, look at that, beautiful. I got a piece here. Let's try it. The smell and the taste of freshly made ube halaya that is not too sweet. Really good combo. And this classic ensaymada has been calling my name ever since I came in. Look at this big ensaymada. Oh my gosh. It's packed with sugar, margarine, and cheese. Just all things you want in an ensaymada. Let's try it. If you're following the vlog, you know that I'm a savory kind of person. This really hits the spot. Buttery, salty, cheesy to pair with bread because I could not eat a lot of bread. But this will keep me going. Just a good classic ensaymada. And they have here what I have not tried yet before. This is the adobo roll. Let's break it open. Wow, look at that. It's packed with adobo inside. I'm not sure if it's pork or chicken. Let's try. This is something that I can eat every single day. The adobo is like shredded pork or chicken. So savory, salty, umami packed. Just goes well with this fluffy and soft bread. Yum. All right, I think Kayla's ready to try her favorite kalihim. This is strawberry flavor. Look at that. Did you know that we also call this pan de regla? It's strawberry flavored kalihim. What's the taste?
Guys, strawberry.
This is an entire pack of the ube pandesal, but I'm just so craving for ube cheese pandesal. And all of us know that during the pandemic, one of the most trending Filipino items are Filipino foods in the Philippines. So let's try to break this open. Let's see the inside. Look at how beautiful that is. Whoa, super fluffy, beautiful color, very Instagrammable. A bite of heaven. It's like biting into really soft ube cloud with some creamy, slightly sweet ube halaya. Ube halaya lovers, you're gonna love this. So good. And did I mention that they also have a chicken pie? Look at that. So it's kind of like chicken empanada. Ooh. So they got the sweets, they got the savory for merienda for sure. This really hits the spot for me. All of these reminds me so much of my childhood, but here they really do it well. And my little stomach could no longer finish everything, but I will end with this beautiful looking cheesy caramel. Whoa, Kayla, look at this. Super soft and cheesy. I think this might have been the fluffiest, softest, airiest bread for today. Look at that. It's like a piece of cloud. It's like in between a yema cake and, not really a cake, yema bread and ensaymada because of all the cheese. Oh, I love the contrast.
So guys, if you want to try this or these breads or everything we ate here, come here to the old bakery.
Kamuning Bakery.
At Quezon City.
Oh my goodness, I am so full. My tummy is full, my heart is full. Just knowing and tasting each and every bread here, made from the heart, freshly made daily, and since 1939. Can you imagine the history and how important this bakery is to Filipinos, especially those who grew up here in Quezon City area? Are you happy? All right, are you ready for the next stop? Let's go! We are at stop number 2, the famous Snackaroo Steak. We have here the porterhouse, and then we have the grilled isaw ng baboy. And then they also have other cooked foods which are equally famous. We have the bulalo na baka, kalderetang baka, pinapaitang baka, pork sisig, and my first encounter with this tuna belly that is steamed and wrapped with this. I'm not sure what type of leaf this is, but it's got some tomatoes, onions, ginger. I can't wait to dig in. Let's start with the most famous item, which is the steak. All right, let's try this one. Oh, it's my first time here, and this has been one of the classic food spots here in Kamuning, especially to those people who are on a tight budget but would like to eat some steak. Looks like this is medium, very thin. This has been grilled on high heat over charcoal within 5 minutes. Let's try. Really smoky. I wouldn't say it's the most tender meat, but it has a bite to it. First thing you get, smokiness. It's still juicy, surprisingly. And they serve it with rice with this gravy. Let's get some gravy, pour over onto my rice, chase it with it. Oh, that's like a savory gravy using the beef juices from this steak. Let's get some fatty portion here on the side. Who doesn't love fat? Fat has a lot of flavor. Look at that, guys. Dip it in the gravy. Woo, look at that. Beautiful. Now I get why a lot of people are coming here for this nostalgic porterhouse steak. You can easily eat like a minimum of 2 cups of rice with this porterhouse steak. Classic, simply good. Just straightforward, a good, affordable steak. All right, so let's try the beef bulalo before it gets cold. Super beefy, salty, savory. Look at this beautiful piece of beef with fat. Just look at that, guys. Of course, I need some sausawan. This is not complete without some chili with patis and a squeeze of calamansi. That's the perfect sausawan for bulalo. So let's get some. Top of my beef with more soup and a big bite with rice. Perfect bite. Mamma mia. Straight up comfort food. Oh my goodness. Ang sarap. Alright, next is the papaitan na baka. And it's so meaty. There's so many beef innards in there. You see some, I think this is beef lungs. Then there's some beef tripe. Then there's some fat. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for this. Let's squeeze some calamansi. Look at that. Get a really, really big bite with rice. Oh my goodness. This is like the closest to Ilocano papaitan because you get that punchy bitterness without it being like 100% bitter. So I think this is 70 to 80% bitter because I've had a really, really bitter one. That's like 110% bitter. Oh, this is so good, guys. A really nice beef papaitan. Next, the sisig. Look at that beautiful cuts of pork. Let's break this chili. Let's mix it up. And this is like a really meaty type of sisig. You can see the meat. I think it's a pork belly sisig. Put it on the rice. Look at that perfect bite. Let's go for it. It's like kinilaw. The flavor is like in between sisig and kinilaw. 2 in 1. The pork is super tender. Then you have that hints of garlic that you would want from a kinilaw. This is like good with rice and it's also good with beer. It's really peppery too. So addictive. Okay, now I'm ready for this very interesting steamed tuna belly. Look at that. Look how moist that is. Super meaty tuna. Then there's some blocks of onions on the side with some tomatoes in the middle that's steamed with it. Then there's these ginger strips. So let's try the tuna. That's so good with the tomato. That is so tart. Then you have the really moist, soft tuna. Let's try the isaw. I've never seen isaw served like this in the streets, even in restaurants. Can you tell this is pork isaw? Look at that, it looks like a snail, right? It looks like a cinnamon bun. Cinnamon bun. But this is isaw. Let's try it as is first, because I'm so intrigued by this. Oh, now I know. This is actually the small intestines of the pig that they rolled. I don't know how they did this, but it's so naturally sweet and smoky. And then you got that salty, savory marinade. And I'm sure it's gonna go well with vinegar. So let's put some vinegar on it. It's so juicy. I've never had pork intestines like this before. It's so uniquely good. And last but not the least, beef caldereta. This is like the food trip of your dreams. Look at this caldereta. Look how just soft this is. I'm gonna put some on my rice. Oh, look at that. Beef caldereta. Snackaroo. You guys are famous for your steaks, but I just love how homey these cooked dishes are. I feel like it's been cooked from a house in the north because of how good everything is. The papaitan, especially, really balanced. Caldereta, really saucy, really beefy. Even the bulalo, the tuna, everything is so good. The isaw, oh my gosh. Let me finish everything and I'll get back to you in a bit. Finally made it to Lucky 21 and 19 here in Kamuning. It's like a little hole in the wall spot, very homey. And I've seen this posted many times in Let's Eat Pare on Facebook. It's like one of the biggest foodie groups in Manila. And this was posted by Tita Beng multiple times in the past years, and I've only had time to come here today. And luckily they have like 7 flavors available at the moment. So they've got the apple cinnamon, peach mango, pineapple, ube makapuno for the dessert sweetish items, and then they also have some spicy beef, pork adobo, and pork asado. Let's start with, these are called empanaditas. Empanada, the bigger one, empanaditas, the small ones, and it's just like these tiny little bites of empanada, which reminds me of empanada de Kaliskis in Malolos, and also some versions of curry puffs that you can get in Singapore and Malaysia. Let's try this. I don't know what this is, but let's try to break it open first to see the cross section. Let's just guess as we try it. That's definitely pork adobo. You can taste the salty, savory pork that's heavy in the soy sauce with a little bit of sweetness, very peppery. There's some potatoes in there too. Next, empanadita. Let's see. They look the same though. Right, I think that's the adobo. So the one earlier is the asado. Yeah, the first one was asado, this one's adobo, because you get that vinegary soy balance in there. Let's see next. This must be the spicy beef. Look how flaky it is, guys. Whoa, just look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, that's spicy beef. Not too spicy. You can really feel the beef chunks in there. Very meaty. All of them are meaty. But I think I gotta give it up for the asado. The asado is really flavorful and has a really nice balance of the sweet and savory. Now let's move on to the dessert puffs. These are a lot more smaller in size. I'm assuming this is maybe peach or pineapple. Let's see. Oh, that's so good. Yes, that's peach mango pie. I mean, peach mango, not a pie. The other one is... this looks like a little bit undercooked. And of course, that looks like apple cinnamon. I'm surprised. I'm loving these sweet versions because I'm normally a savory person, but I'm enjoying these because they're like bite-sized pieces. This looks like ube makapuno. No, maybe. Oh, it's pineapple. You know why I enjoy this so much? It's not too sweet. And finally, the ube makapuno. Surprisingly, all of the dessert empanaditas are delicious, especially the mango, the peach mango. I gotta give it up for the peach mango. It's so addictive. You got that tart contrasted by the sweetness, and then you have that crust from the dough on the outer layer, and it's really like soft on the interior. Mamma mia. If you come here, Lucky 21, you can get boxes of these. This is like the perfect party snack for your fiesta, especially during your family gatherings. And highly recommended the pork asado and any of the sweet versions. So good. Now, let's move on to the next stop. Alright, we have arrived here at the Kamuning Public Market. It is our first time here, and I would say it kind of has a vibe of Marikina Public Market, except that it's a little bit smaller, and there's a lot of like textile products here. I think you can buy all sorts of different costumes, from traditional Filipino costumes like Filipiniana, barong. You can have your beautiful suit here, kuchon. And there's also this side of the market, although it's downtime right now.
She's just beside me. And she's the owner of here. And just look at this palabok. This is the famous palabok in the Palenque. So let's go squeeze the lion. Okay, next, let's go mix it. Wow, let's go try it with the egg. It's so good. I like it.
Alright, so my turn to try. So this palabok is a little bit unusual because normally people would use the small bihun glass noodles, and this is very saucy. I think it's my first time seeing the tofu being boiled like that. Normally it's fried. And then there's freshly made chicharon ng baboy. There's also tinapa flakes and the chicharon crumbs. But this chicharon has been calling me ever since I saw this inside the kitchen. So let me try it first. That is like a bite of flavors bursting in your mouth. Super fatty. All the porky flavors you want in a chicharon. Chase that with the palabok. I love the pepper added in there. And then you can really taste the smokiness from the tinapa. Let's try the tofu. Very soft. You have that addition of protein from the boiled egg. This is such a filling and satisfying merienda that you can have here in Kamuning Public Market. And Aling Norma has been around since 1980. Wow. Imagine inside Kamuning Public Market since 1980, serving this same recipe by Aling Norma. Wow, this is just straight up a good palabok. I can imagine like a lot of people are buying so many bilao of this. You can bring this in any fiestas, birthdays, gatherings. It is really tasty, especially with the squeeze of calamansi. You have that beautiful contrast of acidity, sourness to balance that savory, salty, saucy goodness. Oh my gosh, so addictive. Delish. Let's go.
Hello.
Hi. Kayla made some friends inside the market. So most of the shops here are really focused on textile. Wow, that's amazing. If in Marikina, it's mostly about shoes, machines to make shoes. Here, it's to make different types of textile products. Uniforms too. Look at this suit. Look at that, they're all busy doing business. Wow, if you have a party coming, if you need to wear something formal, then just come here in Kamuning Public Market. We're not yet done eating. We're on our way to our next stop. Okay, say bye-bye to them na and say thank you. Anong name nyo?
Samantha, Sini, Karen.
Bye-bye, thank you. Alright, so we finally made it here at Kabayan's Gotohan and Kainan since 1999 here in Kamuning. And guys, they're open 24/7, so you can come here any time of the day, have goto for breakfast, lunch, merienda, or dinner, or after working hours. Just look at this, all in with century egg, boiled egg, pork chicharon. There's all different parts of beef. There's beef hearts, there's beef isaw, there's beef meat, there's beef tripe. What more can you ask for? It's topped with freshly fried garlic bits and freshly chopped green onions. Let's mix everything up. Beautiful. When you wake up in the morning and have this, how can you not devour this? Look at that. I know it's a trend nowadays to just put all toppings. It's limitless, but let's see first the base, which is the goto itself, how it tastes. Let's try it. This is the right amount of stickiness in a goto. Because some does it too watery, some does it too thick. This one is just right. You just need that thickness, that extra warmth, especially on a rainy day. Even if it's sunny today, it's still equally as comforting. It just warms your body. So good when it reaches your throat. I love that it's not packed with patis or fish sauce. It's not too salty, which is really good if you're gonna put a lot of toppings to go with it. So let's try one by one. I think I got the beef heart. I think that's the beef isaw. you can tell that it's not just boiled beef. They've seasoned it really well. I'm not sure if that it's type of seasoning or just marination, but there's something in the beef that it's just not boiled beef straight up. It's really tasty. Again, it's not salty, but it's tasty. Now, when I go to Kamuning, or maybe even if I'm not here, I'm gonna order Grab for this alone. This is so good. Then with the chicharon, that's where you get the saltiness. It can be intimidating to have so many different kinds of ingredients, and some gotohans does it like OA, like over because of how fatty, salty all the ingredients are. But here I feel like it's all well balanced, considering that I have not squeezed any calamansi yet. I'm saying this, guys. Let's try the century egg first. The century egg is also nicely done. I'm not getting the super overpowering fermented taste from it. It's just really nice and creamy. And then the boiled egg. Goto with tripe. I've eaten too many foods today already, but I feel like I'm hungry again just because of this. I mean, you cannot say no to this. This is really a well thought of, all-in goto. Really, all the beef parts, the innards, there's no funky taste, there's no funky smell at all. Everything is like boiled to perfection, really soft and chewy. There's some cartilage, you get some soft, you get some crispy. Now, to give more flavor to this, let's add some calamansi. Even though technically it doesn't need it, then they have this chili oil, which I hope is spicy. Look at that chili. And then there's some pepper here. This is how you elevate a simple meal. I just love that they're not overdoing it, even if there's a lot of toppings here already. The flavor is just on point. Let's mix everything up. So beautiful. Let's get a piece of everything in one bite. I hope I can do that. Just look at that bite. I got the beef eye, the cow's eyes, which I rarely eat because you don't normally see it in typical gotohan menus. Wow, that is so good. This has exceeded my expectations. I would come to Kamuning for this. I'm telling you guys, you gotta try their goto. It's really straight up comforting and delicious and not too salty. Okay, I need some private moment with my goto, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I think that ends our Kamuning food trip. I'm so happy that we're able to visit the oldest restaurant here in Kamuning in Quezon City, and as well one of the classic affordable steak houses and an all-time favorite of the locals here, the empanaditas from Lucky 29, and end it with a really comforting goto from Kabayans. We were supposed to end with a dessert, a halo-halo place nearby, but it's already closed for the Holy Week. But then my tummy is full, my heart is full. If you want me to feature more cities within Metro Manila, please let me know in the comments down below. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you like this Kamuning food trip. Until we meet here in Manila, Philippines. Bye!